Hi guys, a very happy evening. Hello everyone. So this is the first time that I'm doing a live like this. Hi Ramya, hi Dolly, hi Nishreen. It's the first time I'm doing a live in two places and it's pretty awesome. I am loving it. I love doing some new things and I have to I have to say that I'm doing this live on the insistence of a lot of people who've been after my life to read out from my book, and this is a Instagram as well as a Facebook live. Hi Ramya Patabi, hi Naresh Naidu, hi Bala, happy evening. So I'm kind of trying to see how I can do justice to both the places, and it's awesome. It really feels good. Um, while everyone's joining in, all I want to say is that today's an incredible day, and I have had a lot of breakthroughs in the past few days, and hoping to share a lot of inspiration with all of you through this video because it's going to make a very big difference. And Breakthrough as a book has become a bestseller, of course, but more than that, it's been inspiring people across the globe, and it's been causing a lot of inspiration, a lot of breakthroughs for people. And therefore, I thought that given the climate where we are experiencing a third wave and so much is going on, I thought why not, do this amazing book read from breakthrough, because it's just gonna make that much difference. So yeah, guys, this is the book. It's called The Breakthrough, published by Rupa Publications, and there are a few parts in this book which actually would change your life forever. It's changed my life, and more than that, every reader who's been reading this book, they've been telling me that it's changed something about them. I hope all of you are gonna read Breakthrough, but today I want to talk to all of you, and I wanna read out three parts of this book, which are my favorite parts, and just listen to it, and see what it does to you. Because from what I've been hearing from people, this book has been transforming the core of them. Not just their thoughts, not just their mind, not their heart, but actually it's going and changing the core of their being. So hopefully it'll do something for you as well. Hi Pankaj, hi Rachna, hi Vishnupriya, hi Raju, hi Mohar. They're like ample of people on both the platforms who are joining and commenting, so it's awesome. Let me begin with reading one of my favorite parts, and then I'm going to go to the next one. So this part is from the story of Kavish Gadia, where he's a small town boy who goes to IIM to study. I'm sure all of you have experienced this, where suddenly you find yourself in a place where you don't fit in, and everybody is a topper, everybody looks good, everybody dresses well, and nobody knows what to really do with themselves. So it's about that, and it's a part that really touched me and that changed my life. And if you guys hang around and listen to it, I think it could do the same for you as well. So let me share. So it's basically about this small town boy from Junjunu who gets admission into IIM. This particular story is about him and a moment in his life and what he ends up doing with it. Okay, so let me just begin by reading. Kavish's birthday is on 15 July. From a young age, he realized it was a very special day, as he had come out alive despite several odds and would somehow want to do something phenomenal on this day. His birthdays would usually become the reference point in his life. That year, about 2 months of being in IIM Lucknow, 15 July was coming. As Kavish was walking from his hostel towards his class, thoughts started running in his head. I am here, in an institute most people only dream of. I have to make my family proud of me. I have the best of teachers and infrastructures as my resources. Am I going to waste it all because I feel I'm not good enough? No way. Hasn't Bapuji always said, these people too are made up of the same soil as me. So, what if they appear different? I am going to turn things around. So, it's this entire incident where he feels really low about himself and he wants to change things around for himself, and what he does from here on is what matters. In an instant, something shifted. He shook himself out of the inertia he had been in and told himself, from this moment, whatever happens, I'm going to show the world what I am made of. I'm not going to crumble like this. I will adapt. I will transform. And I'm going to shine through. Enough is enough. Sometimes, isn't it the only thing we need to hear? Enough is enough. And everything changes forever. That's what happened to Kavish. The law of the universe is to change the world outside, first change the one within. As Kavish went through this inner alteration, the way he began to perceive things shifted. The academic year in IIM is divided into 3 trimesters. Each subject is a must, and the batch of 240 people were divided into 4 sections of 60 each. The primary structure of education system was case study based, application through projects. Kavish decided to focus on his strengths rather than going on beating himself over his weaknesses. Reading, making mind map notes, simplifying the most complex cases. These were some of the things he was best at, and he wanted to make the most of them. Every day they were given about several case studies, and each of these were about 45 to 50 pages. As groups, they had to present their project to the work before the entire class. The class itself was a semicircle of students with layers. For those of you who have seen Three Idiots, you know how that those layered classes are, it's like that. And Kavish realized his group consisted of some of the laziest bums who did not like to move even an inch. He decided he's going to bounce back no matter what. Sleeping for 2 hours, he began to work hard on the projects. He would go deep into the subject and create such brilliant notes and analysis that people began to see him as a group leader. Instead of trying to take complete credit and hogging the limelight, he would give each of his teammates something to present. After a couple of presentations, it became clear to the professors or to the professors and his batchmates that the mastermind behind these superb presentations was none other than Kavish. One of those days, he experienced a moment which reiterated his bounce back. He had created a brilliant presentation, and usually students would say wow, or boo, or bang their desks to show their approval or disapproval. When he finished his presentation, for a moment there was pin drop silence. Kavish's heart was in his mouth. He had believed this was great. Did others not relate to it? And suddenly every single person in the room stood up, including the professor, and for a few minutes non-stop gave him a standing ovation. So this is this beautiful story about a person who feels he cannot fit into, fit in anywhere, fit into IIM. How he decides that I'm going to change my mind and how everything changes for him. So this is what the entire story is about, guys. Read the rest of it, and I'm telling you, if you feel you're out of place, or if you feel, is this where I really have to belong? Trust me, reading this, everything about your life is going to change. And I hope it does some magic for you. Now I'm going to read a beautiful, thank you Ramya, thank you so much. I'm going to read a beautiful part from the story of Arun Kumar Natha. The entire story is about how he is so poor, he comes from such a poor family that even getting 2 square meals in a day is not possible. And this young boy has to go and work in a, in a place where he's invited for lunch in his boss's house. What happens and what it does to him is so beautiful. Just listen to this next 2 paragraphs and tell me what it does for you. Ramya, I would love to hear what it does for you. That's going to make all the difference to me. Okay. So it was at this juncture that something happened that changed the course of Arun's life forever. There was a festival, and his boss told him, "Don't get food tomorrow. We will have lunch at home with my family." Arun was excited about the prospect. So you have to imagine there's this boy who has never eaten a full meal in his own house. So he's so excited that he's going to be invited to his boss's house. There was a festival, and his boss told him, "Don't get food tomorrow. We will have lunch at home with my family." Arun was excited about the prospect. Food, festival, delicacies, aha. Throughout the night, he dreamt and guessed all that would be served. With great excitement, he opened the shutter the next morning, swept everything, and at lunchtime went along with his boss to his home. The dining table was laid. Banana leaves were placed. Steaming, aromatic food was laid out before him. His boss's two children, maybe 7 or 8 years younger than Arun, were already sitting at the table waiting to begin. The boss's wife was serving with a smile. With great enthusiasm, Arun was about to pull a chair when they placed his banana leaf on the floor. There was space for him on the dining table, but somehow they didn't find it appropriate for him to eat with them. While everyone was eating happily at the table, Arun could not help but gobble his food, sitting beside them on the floor without knowing what he was eating. Tears stinging his eyes, he wondered for the very first time, why should I be treated like this? Am I lesser than these people? But I do not feel lesser. Why then am I being made to sit down and eat as if I am different? Why? This three-letter word created havoc within Arun. It was a fairly simple incident, and yet it hit him like a rock. That evening, with shoulders drooping with the weight of poverty, he boarded the bus. The song kept playing in his mind as tears flowed freely. He asked himself, was the creator so cruel that he had created a masterpiece only to throw it in the streets? And guys, what happens from this point? Sai Lokesh, Mohit, Ramya, Raju Bhai, what happens from this point is the miracle. Because here is a boy so poverty stricken, where he's made to sit down and eat, and he can't even eat with the other people. And he goes on to becoming the finance director of Amazon. And that is the breakthrough. That is what he experiences. Reading his story, you're going to all find a Arun within yourself, and you're going to know that just like Arun did it, you're going to have a breakthrough as well. So there's this third beautiful part that I'm going to read, the last part. It's this part is only for all those people who believe in faith. If you don't have faith, you should probably not even listen to this, because it's going to make you think, it's going to make you question, it's going to make you believe. And I believe it can actually change your life. So here is what happens. This story is about Kanni. All of you living in Chennai, all of you, thank you so much, Ramya. All of you living in Chennai or Bangalore or anywhere, if you've seen Purvika Mobiles, if you have come across a store called Purvika Mobiles, you should know that Kanni and Yuvraj are the people who, founded the whole thing. And Purvika is named after their daughter. The reason why the name was put and the story behind it is awe-inspiring. Okay, so please listen to these next 3 minutes and tell me what you think. And I hope all of you get a breakthrough just listening to this. So basically, Kanni finds out that she's pregnant, and it was a very bittersweet feeling for the couple, Kanni and Yuvraj. Sweet because the doctor happened to mention that it was a girl, and the couple had wanted nothing more than a girl child. They felt that their home, their hearts, their life was just waiting for the coos, the cuddles, the gurgles of a baby girl. They loved her even before they had seen her. It was bitter, as because of the antibiotics that Kanni had unknowingly taken, her doctor warned her that there was a strong chance that the baby's brain and growth had been affected. In fact, she even recommended her to go for an abortion as she was convinced the child would have some abnormality and maybe even born without fully developed limbs or fingers. To say that everyone's hearts were in their mouth was an understatement. Yuvraj encouraged Kanni to go through with the abortion, as he wondered how would he bring up a child with disabilities. The families were waiting for this good news for months, but before they could celebrate, they were deeply concerned, anxious, and fearful about the fate of a pregnancy, which the medical fraternity had no hopes for. Through all this, there was only one person who held on to faith, and that was Kanni. She felt, this is my daughter, and I will do everything to nurture her, love her, and ensure she is born with no disabilities or handicaps. Kanni did not know from where such courage came from because all the odds were against her. Somehow she felt this reverberating through every cell in her being. If you have faith, without a doubt, that your daughter will be healthy and normal, so it shall be. When faith is complete, miracles are possible. Have faith in your faith and allow it to create magic. Do what your heart says. Life will pave the path for a resolute soul. Kanya decided that she would go ahead and have the child. Seeing her conviction, Yuvraj wanted her to support her, though he was very nervous. Kanya realized her child was within her and would listen to her. She would hold the growing belly and tell her daughter, my little angel, you are so brave, so positive, so strong. Just see the way your brain is developing, baby girl. The way your fingers and toes are emerging. Every organ in your system is working to perfection. I love you, my little one. On and on for hours at end, much to the family and friends' amazement. Kanni would keep speaking to the fetus, asking her to grow in the most beautiful way possible. It was nothing short of magic as Kanni would sit, sunshine falling upon her with the child within her. And this child is premature, so she comes out only in 7 months. And Kanni is so tired, everything is like, will it happen? It's so beautiful what happens when the baby is born. Mustering every bit of courage that she could find within her, Kanni signed the consent medical form with shaking hands and told the doctors to please page her husband to come back as soon as possible and gave her parents' home phone number asking them to come at the earliest. So she's all alone in the hospital going through this whole thing. With that, she was given anesthesia and taken into the operating room. When Kanni came back to her senses, the first question she asked in a muzzled voice was, my baby, my Purvika, is she okay? She was so drowsy that she kept falling asleep, and the doctor was patting her cheeks as she said, Kanni, we cannot believe it. It's a medical miracle. Your baby has all the fingers, all movements, everything. She's too good and so cute. All is okay, Kanni. So, this is about how a woman's faith for her child works a magic into her life and what it does. Just like this, there are 11 stories of love, of hope, of inspiration, of breakthroughs. I have had a breakthrough just writing this book and reading it and living it, and I really hope all you guys find your breakthrough as well. And thank you for bearing with me. It's the first time I've done this live with in two places, so it might have been a little confusing, but I love being with all of you. Thank you, Bala, for saying the book is so inspirational. Thank you, Vishnu Priya, for all your beautiful comments. Thank you, Guru. Thank you, everyone. Love you guys and see you the next time I come on live. Bye.